Welcome back to News Across Nigeria. This is your go-to program for information on what's happening now across the Nigerian Federation. And we continue with humanitarian organizations who are coming together to provide temporary accommodation for over 2 million people displaced in the northeast by the Boko Haram insurgents. The National Emergency Management Agency is collaborating with the United Nations and other groups to ease the sufferings of victims. NEMA has also established humanitarian cells in Borno, Adamawa and Yobe states and is also collaborating with the military to provide emergency relief to communities ravaged by the terrorist attacks.
National Emergency Management Agency, in collaboration with state emergency management agencies of Borno, Adamawa and Yobe, and the contiguous states of Gombe, Taraba and Bauchi, and other critical stakeholders like the United Nations system, the Nigerian Red Cross, faith-based organizations, non-governmental organizations, etc., have been working assiduously to provide temporary shelters and care for about 2,233,506 people displaced by the insurgency alone as at June 2015. The humanitarian outlook has changed from short-term relief intervention to rehabilitation, reconstruction, and recovery of the affected persons and communities. Already, NEMA and the governments of Borno, Yobe, and Adama and other humanitarian actors have undertaken a comprehensive damage and loss assessment in the affected areas, and exit packages are being provided to affected persons who have chosen to return to their various communities. The task before us to fix the loss is many and profound, and the government cannot do it alone. We need all of us to join hands with the government to fix what has evidently become the greatest humanitarian challenge in Nigeria's recent history.
From there to the north-central state of Benue, Governor Samuel Otom has granted automatic employment to 23 persons living with disabilities, in addition to the donation of 50 wheelchairs to those with various forms of paralysis. Mr. Otom, at a ceremony organized by his wife, Mrs. Eunice Otom, also donated 2 vehicles to the center and appointed a senior special advisor on disability from amongst them. Other items donated by the governor and his wife include bags of rice, plastic buckets, toiletries, and other essentials needed for the smooth running of the center.
People who have done casual work for 10 years, this will be without accommodation. And even if you do making further sacrifices to get this people employed, the head of service is directed to employ these people. And the request for the boss for the center, I want to say that if any agency needs the boss, it is this rehabilitation. We make provision and provide the boss to the center to help our office operate better. I will provide a vehicle for her to go.
That is the governor of Benue State, Samuel Otom. Now, residents of Yola in Adamawa State, northeast Nigeria, are battling to cope with the cold and the dust from the Harmattan weather. At the moment, commercial activities are at a low ebb as the haze is affecting traders, motorists, and even air transport passengers. Health experts advise that people should dress properly for the weather or stay indoors if they cannot cope. And from there, for decades, many residents of Okrika community in River State have depended on water transportation, which they say has served as a better alternative to road transportation. But now, the boatmen there are crying out that it's become increasingly dangerous for commuters because of the debris and shipwrecks found on the waterways. This report takes a look at the situations of the marine-based jetty and the challenges faced by the boat riders.
It's a normal day at marine-based jetty in Port Harcourt, River State, as commuters disembark to go about their daily business. The environment appears to be in dire need of sanitation, though. After observing the safety rule, we then proceed on a journey to Okrika. Dots of debris and wrecks are seen along the waterway. On a good day, it's a 15-minute boat ride to get to Okrika, but the boat riders say there are challenges.
As we go on the sea, you can witness the heaps of refuse that is being drained to the sea. And some of these heaps of refuse are so dangerous. So you see them surfaced on the surface of the river, on the water. Some are floating, but are not visible. And these invisible floating objects are very dangerous to our boats.
This young man says he's following his father's footsteps in boat riding.
My father don't be to this business close to 30 years now. The business is okay. For now, as there's no work, so all of us put it here to manage up, to meet up just their life.
Residents of the community say this jetty means a lot to them.
I use this road regularly. Almost every day, to and fro, I use this place. That is why the water transport is significant to me, as well as many other people, because we have no other alternative except the up road, which occasionally the neighbors that are joined to Okrika boundary always disturb.
You know, Okrika people, we are fishermen and we like the river. Like me personally, I like traveling on the sea. I would rather park my car at the water side and use the flying boat. I love it. And the natural breeze will always come and you will see it. You will see so many things on the sea.
But safety first, as this young man tests the reliability of the vest.
It's safer when you use your life jacket. By then you will be safe that even if the boat capsizes, God forbid, with it you'll be very safe. Though our boat almost collided with a boat while we were coming, but we were rest assured with the use of the life jacket.
Chairman of Okrika local government area tells Channels Television that the process to make life better for the boat riders is ongoing.
There is this need to clean the water and the cities around Port Harcourt. A lot of debris from upland, you understand. And since regular cleaning is not done, it becomes very difficult. And the locals, the operators, the boat operators, they don't have the facilities and the means of cleaning up the water. So this is something government have to look into, especially the Ministry of Environment.
This is African Trading Company ATC Jetty in Okrika local government area in River State. The operators here tell us that it was first built in 1913 and today plays host to over 6,000 commuters daily. For the people, it's not just an economic route, but a heritage of some sort that I hope will be sustained for a long time to come. Emmanuel Ere, Channels Television.
We take you back to Adamawa State there, where residents of Yola are battling to cope with the cold and dust from the Harmattan weather. We understand that commercial activities are at a low ebb because the haze is affecting traders, motorists, and even air transport.
Residents of Yola at Adamawa State in northeast Nigeria are used to the Harmattan haze. Traders and transporters already know that commercial activities are reduced this time of year as a result of the strong winds and accompanying dust. For those driving, visibility is usually reduced for up to 300 meters. Men, women, old and young are seen wearing face masks.
People are not seeing very clearly. In fact, even in the daytime, you have to on your light or else you'll go and hit somebody else. So coupled with the traffic on the road, and despite the fact that the fuel scarcity is contributing to the hell of the problem. So, in fact, it's very, very serious here in Yola.
Health experts give extra tips on what to do in such weather conditions.
What people are to do, especially those who are asthmatic, well, they are to screen themselves from, especially these dust particles. They are to screen themselves. They can either use face mask, or if they don't have anywhere going, they can stay indoors. Or if they have to go, if they are buoyant enough, they should wind up their car windows and probably use wind up their car windows to prevent dust from entering the car. Then because of the cold, well, they should protect themselves. They should wear thick clothing. They should take less of cold drinks, cold water.
For passengers who alternatively choose to travel by road, they are advised to adhere to measures that will protect them from the effects of the weather.
During this type of period, all drivers should put on their headlights and make sure that they maintain their lane. Maintaining the lane means a lot, because that will prevent you from at least brushing the other driver that may be coming on the other lane, and making sure that the illumination of your light is bright enough to show you where you are going to show you that if there is an obstruction on the highway, to make sure that whatever is on the highway is being seen by you. When you do this, I think you'll be able to at least drive carefully.
Air travelers have also been affected by the weather, with passengers compelled to travel by road because of the poor visibility. Many flights were suspended in the last couple of days and are expected to resume as soon as possible.
The wind we're expecting there is so strong, and you can see it has affected a lot of the areas, like the visibility is very poor. What we are experiencing now, as at this hour, we are experiencing 400 meters target now, which is not favorable for landing or taking up of any aircraft.
The Harmattan is a cold, dry and dusty trade wind blowing over the West African subcontinent from the Sahara Desert into the Gulf of Guinea between the end of November and the middle of March.
And that's our Monday edition of News Across Nigeria. Thank you for watching. I'm Olumide Macaulay. See you again.